My dad was telling me the other day, he's like you could talk to your kids for years, talking. You think they heard nothing you said. It was something simple. Like the other day, I watched my kid open the fridge. Instead of grabbing like a chocolate bar or something, he grabs an apple.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then we've been talking to him like, you got to eat healthy food. You got to
like, finally.
Right? So you finally get like a victory. But every once in a while, but that's the way it works. But again, you have to find, we are one humanity. Mm-hmm. But again, you have to find your tribe, the people that you connect with. The people that you connect with, and that will support you. That will support you. You have to search out. I think that this is something interesting in business, from a business perspective. When I figured out, you talk about, you flying the plane and you really want to take care of the people. As I was writing my book, the fellow who was helping me, he told me the number one thing is you have to never, ever, ever stop flying the plane. The people will be there. Mm-hmm. You don't have to look back. You just go. You set the vision, you set the intention, and you just go.
Because the truth is that they're not going to see what you're seeing. I tell people all the time that I've seen literally where I'm going. Like, I've seen it, and we're not there yet. Yeah. So that this drive that you wake up with, the passion, that's where the passion comes in, because you've seen the vision. So that you absolutely have to keep going no matter what, no matter the obstacles, no matter the setbacks, that you have to figure out, there are no problems, there are no puzzles. Yeah. Figure it out, find the solutions to just keep moving forward until this vision that you have for yourself and for your business and for your family and for your life is attained, which probably, the vision that I have, it may never be attained, but at least that pursuit of it is gonna always be there. So, and your kids will see that that's very important in today's world. Unfortunately, you're seeing so much of that social media with the instant gratification, and people are thinking, oh yeah, here's this 18-year-old kid, he's made millions of dollars, he's doing this thing. None of that's true. None of that's actually true. It's all games, and you can do all that. I always say it's the guy in the back of the room who doesn't say a word. Nobody knows him. He's dressed tattered, jeans, t-shirt, whatever. Nobody knows. It's always that guy. The other guy, when you have the guy with the flash and all that, that's the guy you run away, far away, because he's looking anyhow. And even if he was real, he's looking to put money into his pocket and do things for him. I'm talking about the younger guys, but you have to now model for your kids what it means, long-term goals. Yeah. I always say, I'm the turtle, other people can be the rabbit. Yes, definitely. Right? I say it, delayed gratification, right? Yeah. In fitness, it's that slow drip. So consistency compounds over time, and everyone wants that quick fix. The Ozempic, this diet pill, this quick fix. And actually, fitness is showing up for yourself every single day and just doing a little bit every single day. That's really all it is. And then nutrition, delayed gratification, right? Yeah. A donut is instant gratification. Yeah. All right, when you see a donut and you put it in your mouth, of course, it's amazing. But if you can say no to that donut, and again, this is where you are, right? I can eat the donut because I've worked that, I've earned the donut. But if you're in a position where you say, I want to change my physique, I want to look better, I want to feel better, I want to be healthier, well, then you have to make that delayed gratification of not taking the donut and delaying that reward for health. And so choosing the apple or choosing something that's better for you at that time, and might not taste as good, but the reward later is so much greater. But people are we're instant everything now. Yeah. Instacart, Instagram, Insta this, Insta that. Like everybody, I just got a notification on the way over here that I can send wires now from my phone. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So.
I know, right? No. It's a lot of fraud in there. But
exactly.
It was interesting. A couple of days ago, I was listening to a panel of doctors, and you mentioned about like Ozempic, and
it's a disaster.
Right? So, he had a different viewpoint. I believe exactly what you're saying. So the way it actually works, which is fascinating, it was approved for diabetics originally. And then And then they were seeing that a side effect was that it was helping people lose weight. So they worked with the powers that be to allow the drug to have a second use. So, right, so they can go ahead and now prescribe it for weight loss. It was the same thing with the opioids. Opioids is severe pain relief, but it's made from like heroin, like poppies.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, it's the same,
right.
similar ingredients. So now what I heard, what my wife was telling me yesterday, was that the next category for Ozempic is to serve for child obesity. So now doctors are going to be prescribing Ozempic for children with obesity, instead of the parents who decided to have children to be responsible and not take them to McDonald's and get a Big Mac and fries and Coke. But his point, this doctor on the panel, he said all the lap bands and all the surgeries are down, the actual stats are down 60%. So he's saying, let's say someone needs to lose that weight. He's saying, they're anyhow going to have other issues. Let's give them Ozempic. I don't know what your thought is.
Well,
I mean, there was something to think about.
I don't know enough about Ozempic to talk about Ozempic, like the actual drug. Right. So I'm not, but I will say this, there's a lot of negative side effects that I've heard. But I've also heard that in my opinion, there's always the right way to do something. The problem when you enter drugs into these things that do things where you don't have to work at it, then most of the time people take the lazy route. So what I mean by that is Ozempic is supposed to be just like with any supplement for weight loss, it's supposed to be a supplement. It's supposed to be a supplement to your nutrition and your working out. So as long as and again, this is big disclaimer, I don't know much about it, but if you take Ozempic and you're on a proper nutrition program and you're working out and you're getting checked by your doctor, okay, that kind of makes sense, right?
But again, there's side effects, right? So we have to check that.
Because it limits the side effects. It's from my understanding. Again, from my limited knowledge of this. Right. If you're taking Ozempic and that's it, and you're just taking it to lose weight, and you're not eating right, and you're not working out, well then to me, because I did hear, I think it was like Kelly Osbourne or something. She's like, "Why would I want to work out? It's so boring," like that. Right, I don't know if that's the right message to be saying, because
and she has influence on the youth,
what I mean?
Also,
exactly,
which is not good.
Again, if you're taking something that's some magic drug that's just making you lose weight, and you're not eating, because from my understanding, it's an appetite suppressant. Right. So people barely eating when they're on it, and they're losing mass, but they're also losing muscle mass. So I think the long term, because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do as far as your metabolic, self, is you're trying to, that was another issue with COVID, is that 85% of the people dying were metabolically damaged. So not necessarily obese people, metabolically damaged people. So you can be skinny and be metabolically damaged. What is metabolically damaged? It's basically you're not in shape. Like you can't run around the building, without like, like that. So their lungs, their respiratory, their VO2 max was, that's another thing that we're hearing a lot, is your VO2 max is very important for longevity. So anything, in my opinion, that is making you lazy to not work hard, and then you're, again, instant gratification. You're gonna see results fast. You're gonna be so happy with that's why would that ever make you want to go work out, eat right? And we do know there's no way around it that eating right and working out is how you live longer. So it's like if you're choosing a drug to just get the weight off, but you're not choosing nutrition, and then you're gonna be skinny, but you might die at 50, you know what I mean? So I just think that's where the and again, not an expert at this at all, and I've heard two sides of the coin. I think, and again, it goes back to what anything under proper supervision with the right plan, and if it's a holistic approach, meaning like there's a nutrition plan, there's a workout plan, and then you're adding the drug to help those things, then that sounds, it's like men on HRT. Right. Like there's a lot of guys that need hormone replacement therapy. but they're in the gym working out. And there's girls that go down and get the BBLs, right? The fake booties. But their doctors tell them if they don't work out every single day, that butt's gonna look like a sack of cheese, later. So, it's gonna look like a sack of potatoes. So they gotta stay working out. So it's the same, like, you know what I mean? So I think that there has to be the combination of a commitment to it all.
Right.
Because otherwise, you're just getting that instant gratification. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass at some point, And
it was interesting because growing up, I used to always think, okay, it's like if you gain weight, then the simple solution is like, okay, just don't eat. And
that's the worst thing you can do.
That's actually probably one of the worst things that you can do.
Worst thing you do.
Right? So you probably have to do like a full,
Recently I just talked to several people here at the gym. I've been eating more and losing weight. But again, think about where that conversation is being had. It's being had in the gym.
Right.
So these people are working out, they're lifting, they're running, they're pushing sleds, they're getting in the best shape of their lives. You need nutrition to support that. Protein is one of the most important things to build muscle. And most people are eating salads all day and not getting enough protein. And protein has to be the main thing that you eat so that you can then build muscle. Muscle is every study's showing that from a longevity, anti-aging standpoint, from a low BMI, walking around with low body fat, it's muscle. You have to build muscle. You have to build strength. There's there's so much literature coming out with that. So
yeah, no, that's because I always looked at like vegan people, and I think that their stat is they actually don't live as long. Like the vegan or even like the runners, there's like certain types of people, and they're like, oh yeah, they seem so healthy, but you want longevity. You want, again, at least the way I think about it, a general feeling of well-being.
Yes.
You want to look at yourself, feel good, and you don't have to be a huge bodybuilder, but you want to have some weights. I guess it's the way I think about it is, you probably have to do some blood work, do full tests. Where are you hormonally, everything.
The thing that I tell people all the time, and that's why I don't like to get too much in the weeds about nutrition, is because we're all genetically built a little bit different, different blood types, different family history, all this stuff. You really got to find what works for you.